keep most of that smoke blowing out towards the east. So air quality could certainly be changing quite a bit here in the next few hours. Again, that would be just south of Mount Hood, right there along Highway 216, south of Highway 35. Now, let's show you what it looks like on radar. Pyrocumulus clouds. So this is when we have all that heat being generated by the fire, and all of that heat rises up. Fire is also creating a little extra water vapor. So this is showing up on radar. So far, haven't seen any lightning strikes with this, but that is certainly within the realm of possibilities for us yet this afternoon. So let's take a look at how tall this pyrocumulus cloud is. About 17,000, roughly 17,000 to 15,000 feet tall. So it's way up there. Many of you are going to be able to see this from quite a distance. Wind direction at the surface out of the northwest, anywhere from 15 to sometimes almost 20 miles per hour. So wind speed for us this afternoon certainly has picked up. The Dalles now out of the west at about 22 miles per hour. Winds are going to pick up again tomorrow, so we could see a smoke area impact change a little bit. Areas highlighted in orange and red show you where the worst of it is out towards eastern Oregon, Burns, Lakeview areas. This nice shade of green indicates where you will probably notice some haze. But smoke impacts will still be at a minimum. Right around Ben Madras and Redmond, we're in the moderate category. Down towards Klamath County, we have the unhealthy for sensitive groups category. Also very dry out there. So as we roll into this weekend and winds are picking up, this will be a fire weather concern. So right now, relative humidity in the teens out there. That'd be Madras and Ben. Anywhere basically east of the Cascades, you're very dry and now very windy. Air quality alerts remain in effect indefinitely, and then a fire weather watch goes into effect starting Saturday afternoon for this area highlighted, this tan yellow area highlighted. That will be under a fire weather watch because the wind speed is going to pick up in a big way out of the west, 20 to 25 miles per hour, possibly stronger gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour. Again, that's Saturday afternoon, lasting through Saturday night. Now, let's talk about those temperatures for you. Tomorrow at the coast, we'll see some mid to upper 60s, a little bit warmer in the valley, though, about 85 degrees. Central and eastern Oregon will also see a bump in temperatures, expecting the upper 80s, possibly some low 90s. Again, adding to that whole dry factor, and it'll be a little bit windier for you tomorrow. The Dalles up to about 94, Hood River 86, and Government Camp 76. There's your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow 85, nice weekend ahead, a little bit cooler but also windier. Upper 70s to low 80s. Monday, the coast might see a few sprinkles, but otherwise it looks as though we're just going to be partly cloudy. 77 Tuesday, back up to 85 degrees.
Yeah, that looks kind of nice.
Yes.
Yeah, as we start September. Thanks, Natasha. It's no mirage, or is it? Coming up, a Sin City icon reopens with one crowd-pleasing addition. One of Las Vegas's landmark casinos is open again. The Mirage has remained dark for 5 months, but today the doors opened with a special ceremony. The casino will not fill to capacity, but with Labor Day weekend coming up, management expects a steady flow of gamers.
This is an extremely emotional day for me. As I walked through the hotel, I cried a little bit. Didn't want the guests to see that, but maybe they did the same as they walked through.
And less than an hour ago, the Mirage set off its signature volcano for the first time since March.
Ford Motor Company is unveiling the next evolution of driving. The auto giant is testing out an automated valet. It's a parking garage in Detroit right now. It's running through the end of the month in a partnership with a real estate developer and a tech supplier. So right now it only works with the Ford Escape test vehicles that already have self-driving and self-parking capabilities. The car pairs the parking garage through an app. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty. Coming up at 6 o'clock, helping make sure all Oregonians have enough to eat, the program expansion that could help thousands of people.
While it's not very cute right now, we're getting our first look at the new Panda Cub at the National Zoo. It's tiny. A mom, Mei Zhang, gave birth on Friday to the cub. The Panda team says she's testing the cub's reaction to be put on the floor, and she went to the doorway of the den a few times yesterday. Then this morning, mom left to get a couple of drinks of water. That's significant because during the first few days of a cub's life, mother pandas forgo eating and drinking to stay with their new arrival. The Panda team hopes to do a quick exam of the cub in the next couple of days when mom leaves the den to go eat, because you don't want to make mom mad.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, at least 4 people are dead and more than 500,000 without power after Hurricane Laura slams the Gulf Coast. Tonight, we'll hear from 2 girls who lost their 14-year-old sister. Plus, President Trump speaks tonight at the Republican National Convention and the new $5 rapid test that could be a game changer in COVID testing. And when coronavirus canceled their wedding, how one couple traded in their bad luck to help those in need. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
This is a KOIN 6 News breaking news alert.
And at 6 o'clock, our breaking news, a level 3 go now evacuation notice now in place for residents in Pine Grove, just southeast of Mount Hood. This is due to the White River fire. People on Endersby, Lynn's Mill, and Kelly Springs Road need to evacuate now. So too for the area east of the Bear Springs Ranger Station along Highway 216. Over 540 firefighters are working to battle this wildfire at this hour. So far, the White River fire has burned over 2,700 acres. It is only 10% contained, so a go now evacuation order.
All right, let's go to our Natasha Stenbock. So Natasha, you began sounding alarm about this pretty early this afternoon. You noticed some big change.
Yeah, I was looking at the camera because we've been having this camera from Mount Hood Meadows pretty much zeroed in on the White River fire. And the last few days, you could see smoke, but you didn't see anything like this. This is significantly different here. This fire has certainly grown in the last 24 hours. And as you take in this view, notice your view is looking out to the southeast from Mount Hood. So from this point of view, you'll notice most of that smoke is actually going out to the east, southeast, and that's the general wind direction. However, around these fires, you get your own kind of weather, and what you're observing right here is a Pyrocumulus Cloud. So you have all that heat being generated from the fire. It's growing, so now we're seeing tops close to about 16,000 feet. This is what it looks like on radar right here. Here's a loop of the last 3 hours, and you can see right there along Highway 216, that's just east of Highway 26 and west of Maupin. You can see it showing up on radar, and the tops, again, up to about 16,000 feet, all generated by that fire. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll be talking about conditions here and the increase in wind speeds that we're expecting and a fire weather watch that will go into effect starting this weekend.
Yeah. Once again, there are immediate evacuation orders there. We'll have more on this coming up. Downtown, Portland business owners are telling the mayor what it's really like in the shadow of violent protests and the pandemic. Even the mayor admits it's a crisis. KOIN 6, as a downtown business, was in on that virtual meeting today. Our Lisa Balick is live in downtown Portland with what we found out.
Well, the mayor is once again pledging to clean up downtown, but business owners down here say, look, we need a lot more than that. The mayor also saying there may be a change in police tactics in dealing with violent protesters.
Our store's loss is probably going to hit $1 million. And the police have told me that it's under the investigation's been suspended.
Mayor Ted Wheeler listening to some 70 business leaders from retail to real estate upset with how downtown Portland is in a crisis.
We are talking about hiring escorts to safely walk with our employees to and from our various downtown locations.
The nightly protest violence, damage to their stores, and the increase in crime, police admit there are not enough officers to respond quickly at times.
We'll continue to make the arrests where we can safely do so. But I will also tell you that our law enforcement partners from Clackamas and Washington County specifically raised this as an issue as to why they are reluctant to work with us to help end the nightly violence.
The mayor promised he'll commit city money to clean up downtown and keep it that way. He also plans to add 300 to 500 new shelter beds to help people living on the street. The business community knows that after 5 months of protests and the pandemic, they can't hold out much longer.
Sitting around and waiting for some truly committed and frankly violent and poorly directioned individuals to stop doing that behavior is not an option.
Mayor Wheeler, who's also the police commissioner, met last night with command staff at the police bureau. He revealed they discussed ways to try and stop the destruction, such as containing those doing the violence, making targeted arrests, and getting additional support. The mayor says he'll meet with the new district attorney next week to discuss how to make sure violent protesters are charged, not just caught and released. Now, there is going to be a citywide downtown cleanup, a volunteer effort by Solve and the Portland Business Alliance. It's a week from today. As for protesters, well, we've already seen people coming downtown with their signs. At this hour, we'll see how it goes tonight. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Bailey, KOIN 6 News.
Lisa, thank you. Oregon State Police now being called in to help the city with demonstrations this weekend. Portland police asked for the state police help. Left and right-wing groups have squared off the last 2 weekends in the area outside the Justice Center, and violence broke out between the two groups both times.
We know so many of you watching the protests in Portland are wondering how will it all end and when. We want to hear from you. You can weigh in our poll. It's up right now at KOIN.com. Let us know. Just look for the KOIN poll story at the top of our homepage.
So our crews will be back out tonight and every night as the protests in Portland continue. You can follow our coverage on our KOIN 6 Twitter account, Facebook page, KOIN.com. We have complete coverage on KOIN 6 News at 10 on Portland CW and at 11 right here on KOIN 6.
In less than a week, remote learning starts for Portland Public School students, and parents are now just getting a glimpse of what their child's schedule might look like. We want to know what students can expect, and of course their parents. Our Jacqueline Abad shows the plan.
For PBS students, it will be a mix of a live interaction with a teacher through a virtual classroom, and there will be times where students will work on their own with assignments and readings. But in this unprecedented time, parents have concerns. Classrooms are empty. Students will be going back to school from home. Portland Public Schools just released 3 sample schedules for elementary, middle, and high schools. Taking a look at these schedules, there are blocks of time set aside for each subject, but it will vary if the students are learning at their own pace through assignments or learning together with online classes. When coming up with these schedules, PBS says they listen to feedback. And there are some things they are firm about, like teachers having office hours, but there's also flexibility.
What is flexible is the start and end time. So we've heard from families that, we already arranged childcare. We have elementary children, and so we'd like to start at the same time that we start during the regular school year. So we allow that flexibility to our building leaders.
It will be up to each school to send out specific schedules in the coming days.
There has to be some element of family engagement and then time for teachers to give feedback to students.
I also spoke with some parents who have younger kids off camera. They are concerned about the amount of screen time that's expected, managing schedules, and some are worried they may have to be full-time teachers at home.
They just have parents at home that are working and trying to manage a lot of things. So we want to have built-in flexibility for families.
The first 2 weeks of school starting on September 2nd, there will be a soft start so teachers, parents, families, and students can get to know each other, figure out students' needs, and go over distance learning. After the soft start on September 14th, the schedule will go into effect. Individual schools will be sending out schedules by next week. Reporting in North Portland, Jacqueline Abad, KOIN 6 News.
Well, Oregonians continue to struggle to get unemployment benefits as we near September now. The long wait is why lawmakers in Washington state are now pushing for answers from the Oregon Employment Department and the governor. Lindsay Nadrix looked into this today. So why are Washington lawmakers getting involved in all this, Lindsay?
Well, there are a lot of people who live in Washington but work in Oregon, and Washington lawmakers say they continue to hear from people in that situation who have yet to receive any benefits. This is the letter 7 Washington lawmakers sent to Governor Brown and the Oregon Employment Department. It talks about how many have been waiting months and haven't heard anything from the Employment Department. That's the case for Washington resident Jamie Choswick.
I had to send the same letter 4 weeks in a row. Finally, I get a letter. I say, just give me a response that says you got it. That's all I'm looking for, right?
He applied June 1st and feels like his claim is lost in the system.
Every Sunday, like most everybody else does, I file for my benefit and just waiting in the queue, waiting in the queue, waiting in the queue.
Jamie and his wife have 2 daughters who are about to start school. He says things are getting tight as the months drag on without an unemployment check.
I mean, financially, it's been tough. Yeah, we've got income coming in, but it'd sure be nice to have that money that, we need from the unemployment to help buffer things.
And after hearing from people like Jamie, Washington lawmakers said enough is enough.
It's a failure of the system. And I'm not going to pretend like Washington's system is perfect. I mean, I would give neither unemployment office a passing grade, right? But to go this far, to be this many months from the onset and to still not be able to give basic information that's accurate.
Representative Jamie Herrera Butler says there needs to be a way to get answers for people who are now in crisis as they wait for benefits. The Oregon Employment Department responded to the letter today, saying they're doing everything they can and suggested people waiting should use their Contact Us form online to get help.
So the answer being go online to our online service that's not good enough. That's just not good enough.
And those waiting would agree.
It's put stress that I don't think anybody could fathom unless they're actually in the position. A lot of overwhelmingness. You know, you wake up today thinking, okay, is today going to be the day that we finally get some answers?
Well, the Employment Department offered to arrange a call with Washington lawmakers to talk about their concerns. Representative Herrera Butler said this needs to happen ASAP because people have bills due and need the benefits they're owed. Reporting live, I'm Lindsay Natarich, KOIN 6 News.
And remember, this all has to do with Oregon's antiquated computer system. Okay, food stamps, known as SNAP benefits, will be increasing in September for Oregonians. SNAP households will automatically receive the additional allotment in the same way they receive their current benefits, which is in the form of an EBT card for most people. The additional benefit will the amount will be dispersed according to a monthly schedule, so some people may not see it until the following day.
Coming up, can you identify these suspects? Find out what these men are accused of stealing from one local business.
And how one local museum is hoping sidewalk chalk will help get out the vote.
Coming up tomorrow on AM Extra, it's Foodie Friday, and we're elevating your next picnic. Time to ditch the PB&J and try something new.
A local chef showing us some simple and affordable ideas to add to that basket. The fun starts tomorrow at 7 a.m. right here on Portland CW.
Robbers break into a pot shop in southwest Portland, assault a worker, and left with $250,000 in cash and products. That robbery happened at Fidus PDX on Southwest Capitol Highway. We found out that 3 of the robbers, at least 2 of them armed, held the worker at gunpoint for over 15 minutes.
They were very aggressive. They definitely felt like they knew what they were doing. Very confident, very brazen. I would definitely suggest any other dispensaries, anybody dealing with any type of cash, start really paying attention to what's going on out here.
The worker was also punched in the face during the situation. His injuries are not considered serious, but if you have any information on this or other robberies of pot dispensaries, you're asked to call Portland Police.
This next story is scary. Tiger police are on the lookout for a man who tried to force a woman into his van in the Winco parking lot. Police say she was shopping at the Dartmouth Street location a week ago tonight. While she was loading her groceries into her car, the man grabbed her from behind. He's described as white, in his 50s, with graying hair, about 6 feet tall, a beer belly, and was with a woman about 40 years old with a heavier build. Then they took off in an older model black van with no back windows. Tiger police would like to hear from anybody right away if they have any tips.
A couple of decades ago, MTV urged young people to rock the vote. And tonight, a local organization is trying to chalk the vote. The Oregon Jewish Museum and Center for Holocaust Education organized the effort outside its headquarters in the Pearl Districts. It's a show of support for the ratification of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote.
It's an opportunity, particularly with the presidential election just around the corner, to really bring attention to the importance of voting, the importance of every citizen in this country having an opportunity to vote.
Now, chalk artist Nancy Hiss, who's extremely talented, is lending her talents to this project.
Convention season comes to an end with the last night of the Republican National Convention. President Trump will be the headliner tonight, making his case for a second term. I spoke earlier today to Face the Nation's Margaret Brennan about what to expect from the president's speech tonight as he focuses on the state of the economy.
Convention speeches are almost always short on policy, but the president will lean into that idea that he will do more on that front. In terms of the virus, he'll reference, as I said, this idea of accessing more testing, but I don't expect to hear more in terms of the inequality and the racial strife that our country is currently going through.
Other prominent speakers tonight include Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, and the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump. You can watch the final day of the RNC right here on KOIN 6. Then join us for a KOIN 6 News simulcast at 10 p.m.
Natasha standing by with the weather, and she has a beautiful picture from the coast to sort of lift our spirit.
Yes, doing whatever I can here. Lincoln City, it is bright blue out there. This is one of the places where we've been consistently seeing good air quality, nice blue sky, and that's all thanks to our wind direction. That could be changing, though, by the time we get to tomorrow. Your temperature at the beach, 67 degrees. Wind right now out of the northeast at about 16 miles per hour. Let's go to another view. This one coming to us from downtown Portland. And in the distance, you might have to squint to actually see it. This is Mount Hood. Looks pretty hazy out there. So guess what we have? We were talking about wildfires, wind direction, and we're seeing one particular fire growing. And that wind direction could change on us again tomorrow, so this could look a little bit worse by tomorrow afternoon. 82 degrees right now. Portland, your sunset time 7:56. At the surface at PDX, our wind is coming from the northwest at about 9 miles per hour. But again, we could see a big change here. Now, this view from Mount Hood Meadows, looking out towards the south-southeast. And what you're seeing is a White River fire. We already have, most of really the last couple of weeks, we've been dealing with smoke, a nice layer of smoke. But now we're seeing towering clouds. So what's happening is we have the heat from the fire generating cumulus clouds. So pyrocumulus clouds developing right here. What's scary about this is sometimes we can get new weather generated around these fires. Worst case scenario, we actually see lightning coming from this. Haven't seen that so far, but we have seen some pretty big towering clouds. You can pick it up on radar as well. Going from Highway 26, you're leaving Mount Hood, heading into Wasco County. This is Highway 216, heading out towards Maupin. That's where we're seeing that pick up on radar, showing us echo tops. What is that? Well, we're reading the echoes and how tall are those clouds. up to about 17,000 feet. Here's a 3D view. This is what it looks like. So all of that being generated by that heat, and of course with these fires, we also get extra water vapor, so extra moisture in the atmosphere. So that's what you're seeing. Wind for us in the valley out of the northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Those winds from the northwest really increase tomorrow and again on Saturday. The Dalles out of the west at about 20 miles per hour. Getting a closer look right around those fires. This is in a pretty remote area, so getting exact measurements, not only of temperature, but also of wind is going to be pretty tough. But here's what we have closest to that fire. Tye Valley out of the north at about 15 miles per hour and Timberline out of the southwest at about 15. All that wildfire smoke for the most part is moving out to the east. We've seen air quality conditions range from moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups, right now a little bit further towards the California border, that being in Klamath County. Bend and Madras all reporting the moderate category, but those air quality alerts will remain in effect at least through Saturday, and then Saturday starts a fire weather watch due to those stronger winds out of the west and very dry conditions. Temperatures tomorrow at the coast will be in the mid to upper 60s, and inland valley temperatures will be in the mid 80s. So a little bit warmer for us tomorrow and a little bit windier. So 7-day forecast looks like this. Nice weekend ahead, upper 70s to low 80s, and then we get back to the mid 80s by next Tuesday. KOIN 6 News, we'll be right back.
Coming